Sogle amche CCR TV Polinarank, a warm welcome. Our today's program on sports is in conversation with, and we have a very interesting sports personality who has been named in the FIFA Women's Football Development Committee. She is the first Indian and obviously the first Indian woman to be appointed, selected in this prestigious committee, and it's my pleasure on behalf of CCR TV to welcome Valanka Alemao. My Magasa Yokar
Thank
by
you
Valanka.
so much for having me here.
Valanka is the Chief Executive Officer of Churchill Brothers Football Club, a very well household club in Goa, and long football traditions, and occupying a prominent place in the I-League. And Valanka has been the CEO of this club, who has done exceedingly well for the last 5 years, especially when she took over as the CEO. Goa was thrilled. Not only Goa, the whole of country, India was thrilled when FIFA announced that you have been appointed in the prestigious FIFA Women's Football Development Committee 2025 to 2029. How do you feel, Valanka, when the announcement was made by the world body in Geneva?
I feel truly blessed, and I thank Almighty God and Mother Mary for these countless blessings, because this is something I had not thought about, and it just came like a blessing. Truly.
Nobody expected it.
Truly, yeah.
Nobody expected.
Nobody expected.
Now, if you analyze,
Yeah.
everybody says it is justified, the appointment, because of the performance of the India women's team at not one, two, at 3 different levels. One is your senior team, one is your under 20, and the other is under 17. All 3, after so many years,
I know.
some for the first time, qualified for the Asian Cup.
Truly, I think it is a process, and it is a clear message to indicate that dedication, perseverance, hard work, it shows, it finally shows. I mean, you have to keep working at it. Probably you won't get instant results like how, one expects, but gradually, I mean, once you're focused and you understand, and hats off to the girls, I must say that the kind of hunger, the kind of, resilience, and the kind of dedication they put in is like incredible.
Because to be selected by FIFA, it's not by, oh, you're a nice person, I know X, Y, and Z, and therefore you get an entry.
Not at all, not at all. And in fact, if you've seen that particular committee, I mean, the chairperson is the Secretary General of the France FA.
Yes.
And a legendary player as well. And there are many other, top-notch people.
Yeah, she's Laura Georges.
Yes. And
Yeah.
I'm just...
She's a French international.
Yes, and I'm just, she's a legend. And I'm just truly humbled and blessed that I am going to be one amongst them. And it's just not, it is about a girl from a little village, Varka, who's reached FIFA, so FIFA actually, the concept of FIFA, if you know, it says that you dream and you play. FIFA is your dream to play. FIFA is not selective, like how you rightly said, that a certain person or a certain community or, a certain coming from somewhere. They see how you are, what work you've done, and then
That's
think...
basically, they analyzed the performance of the India women's team, and they analyze in 3 different sectors.
So the three
which is
different sectors have happened now,
Yes,
Jovito. My
yes.
selection happened before that.
Yeah, you went into the All India Football Federation Executive Committee in which
No,
year?
so Asia's senior team qualified before
Yes.
that. So what happened is, I'll tell you, for this FIFA, committee, there were probably 6 names which were given from AIFF. Okay.
Okay.
And I become one of them to be selected. So it's not like you just give it. Obviously, the exco thinks who all will go. And then I think you have a very dedicated FIFA body which will analyze and see
They examined
what kind of work you have been doing. It's just not, it just doesn't happen. So they've analyzed, and I think they've also understood that I have been working as a CEO with the men's team for a long time. And then, the women's. So it's a process. It's not like something which has happened. And like I am telling you, the Indian women's team also, we tied up with the Swedish FA. We had this MOU with them. And the coach who's actually got both the teams qualified, Mr. Joachim, Alexanderson, he is come from the Swedish MOU, and I'm truly glad that this has happened. And he's really shown us by, qualifying the under 20 and the under 17. And they have been working since, I think, Jan. We are right now close to November. So it clearly indicates and shows that it's just not about you assemble a team today and, play an international friendly tomorrow. It's about working together, understanding who, teamwork is
Yeah,
the real work.
but overall, for the last 2 or 3 years, it has been promotion, advancing women's football
structurizing.
globally.
Yeah.
And with emphasis on participation as well as infrastructure.
Absolutely.
When did you join the executive committee?
So I didn't join, I got elected. Okay, so it so happened that I was very much involved in this constitution, the AIFF constitution, and there were many things I felt, have to be there and not be there, bring it to representation, the structurizing of the leagues and all of that. And during such time, the elections happened for the AIFF body. And I was interacting with the state FAs, and then the state FAs, couple of them felt that we need a women's representative and you would be the right person. So my name was proposed by WIFA, the Maharashtra. Western Indian Football Association, and seconded by Karnataka Football Association. And that's how I was elected. And when I got elected, I understood that I'm the first woman to get elected after 83 years.
That's a very big achievement.
Big. Truly. And I didn't know until I contested.
It simply means that you are the first woman in the executive committee.
First elected.
First elected at the All India Football Federation Executive Committee.
Yes.
You are the first.
Yes. But I don't want to be the first and the last. I want my, being there, creating a path for many other girls to come there, because it is definitely a men's world and it takes a lot of, I would say, belief in yourself, and it does not come, the easy way. It's a journey.
It is.
It is a journey, but it is worth it.
Yeah. You have been the chairperson of the women's committee, and therefore it was right to say that you are part and parcel of this big growth that we have seen of late in women's football, and that talks about youth. It talks about the senior level also, and for the first time you have qualified at the Asia level.
All 3 levels. That's like a dream come true. You qualified in the senior after, I think, 20 years, then the under 20 after some 22 years, then the under 17 after some 21 years.
Yes.
So all this happening at the same time. I would also say, like, credit goes also to the FIFA Women's Under 17 World Cup, which happened again in 2022. And, we got to participate because we were the hosting country.
Yes, as host.
Yeah, but COVID played a very, I would say, a very disappointing role because those girls who were back then training and then COVID happened and the tournament got delayed and they couldn't work together. A lot of things happens. But having said that, that particular tournament created and like eyeballs, and it did everything what women's football needed. Like when I go to schools and I visit so many schools all over the country, every girl child wants to play football. And it's not like I'm saying something against cricket, but what I'm trying to say is that football is 1.5 hour an action-packed, match.
Yeah.
And the girls are very, very happy to play that. And it just requires one football and it's full of dreams. And at the same time, it disciplines your lifestyle. It teaches you so much. Like if you see today's kids, they are more into, phones, digital. But today the parents are very keen that they should play some kind of sport and they feel why not football? And that is how, I feel even the government for that matter, they started the Khelo India. They kind of structurized money for these leagues. And I always said that, players don't come from rocket science. It has to grow like a pyramid. So first we only had under 17. In 2022. Then we had an under 13 and under 15 where the money came from Khelo India. And these leagues really helped in structurizing to structurize these girls' football because the money went directly like a direct beneficiary in the player's account.
That's the purpose of the growth.
Yes.
And this growth has been measured.
Yes.
It has been measured because today India is ranked 63rd.
Yeah.
Just prior to that, it was 69 in 2020. That means we have progressed by leaps and bounds. And therefore, there is a very, very big potential. And now everybody says there's more potential in women than men. And maybe they say Indian women would be the
women's team will reach the FIFA World Cup before men's.
Yeah,
and I've been saying this from day one. People used to laugh. Like,
Yes.
let me tell you, people used to laugh.
Yes.
But the reason for this also, I'll tell you, it's like the women's football, the women have too much of hunger. They have this will. They have, how to tell you or how to put it in words. They want to just prove themselves. It's not about money. It's about showing that what they can achieve. It's not that they're competing with the men, but even the league, if we see the IWL prior to 2022, it was not that well structurized. There was not so much match time given to the players and all of them. You can only develop a player when you give the player more match time. And I think I have played a very important role in structurizing the IWL by even having a home and an away basis.
You have actually restructured.
Yes. And I'm really proud of that.
That was a very big
with the support of my
job.
women's committee and the EXCO, because I always told them that if the women's team only is going to play international friendlies and this, you are actually not giving them so much time, to be together.
Because now they say that if India has qualified women in the Asian Cup only on merit,
100%,
it shows the team's resilience and indomitable spirit.
100%. And hats off to the girls.
And you see the results. They beat Mongolia 13-0. They beat Timor-Leste 4-0.
Yeah.
They beat Iraq 5-0. And the toughest match they played against Thailand. Thailand is 53rd. And they qualified with a very tough 2-1 victory.
In their hometown, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. So all this Of course, the All India Football Federation gave them a reward of 50,000
Yeah,
US
so
dollars.
I'm glad the AIFF has done that, and they have done that for all the three
Yes,
teams.
all the three they got.
See, it's just not about the money, but it's about that moral boost
Yes.
which it gives these little girls to believe, and as I say that it's a men's society, but ultimately it's our mindset. We can't limit ourselves to just that much. So these girls truly believe that sky is a limit,
Yeah.
and that is what it is all
and,
about.
And this qualification comes nearly after 22 years.
Yeah.
22 years. And all in India, they talk about the blue tigresses today. The blue tigers.
I'm glad they do.
And now they call them as blue tigresses.
Yes.
And they booked a 2026 AFC Women's Asia Cup, which will be held from March 1 to 21, and that will be held. And India is now, fortunately or unfortunately, in a group of death. They are now with Japan, Vietnam, Chinese Taipei. But they topped the Group B qualifiers after a tough win against Thailand. And therefore they say there is hope that India could qualify and ultimately move to FIFA World Cup, which will be held in Brazil in 2027. What do you say about it?
I would say there is a lot of hope, and at the same time, there's a lot of hard work. There's a lot of dedication, and these girls are working extremely hard, and it is everybody's dream, and they know that they're representing a nation of 1.4 billion people, and they know what it means to get a spot there, wearing your national jersey and the kind of pride, and I'm sure that they'll do justice.
Because even in Asia, we are ranked 11th.
Yeah.
Which is something exceptional.
Yeah.
And so, do you think there is real hope?
I think there is not just real hope. There is hope, and it is they're showing you what it is all about. But their hard work. It's just not like hope, but they've worked very hard to give us this hope.
Yeah. So it has been a focus on building a very strong youth structure. That's what you said, and you have also short-term and long-term goals, and that is how you are building the nation's women's football ecosystem. You have changed the ecosystem. Well, earlier you had one league, and now you have got IWL2 also, and you have changed also the structure of the top league. Can you give us some details about that?
So earlier what used to happen was they would get very less matches, and they would finish their, the league like in 1.5 months. You first of all can't even call it a league, it's a tournament, So there was a lot of debate, discussion, obviously a lot of brainstorming and convincing other people as well, that because see, the women also requires that much of time to rest for their body and to come back and play, because you can't play this competitive matches after one day rest and come back again. So now it is like very good. They have a proper minimum I would say 3 days or more than that. Then they have a home and away basis. You have more match time. Then even they have worked how there will be a break during the FIFA friendlies and internationals, and the focus right now has been on this 3 qualifiers, because that is also very important. At the same time, giving them match time, like we've insisted that IWL this year will play the under 17 team, will be a part, like how back then we had Indian Arrows.
Yes.
We would give a chance to the Blue Tigresses, because match time is very important. Whereas the senior team and others, what happens is they're above 18, so they have a contract with all these, teams like I would say Gokulam and Orissa and all the teams, whichever you could name them. So it becomes a little difficult with them to get them in the Arrows team. But for the under 17, and if you have a mix of an under 17 and under 20, it will be a proper.
So I think the nucleus of your development is now under 20 and under 17. And you had almost a 53 days coaching camp for these girls.
Plus.
It could be much more also.
As I told you, that it's starting from Jan,
Yes.
the under 20 and under 17,
Yes.
and it's not something which has happened overnight.
Yeah.
So there has been proper scouting and proper, checking, giving a chance or a spot to the most deserving player.
And in under 17, you have qualified almost after 20 years.
Yeah.
And the beauty of under 17 is that there are two Goan girls.
Yeah.
One
Oh
is
my
an
God.
exceptional, I was told, and that is your Pearl Fernandez and Valanka Fernandez.
And do you know, accidentally or coincidentally, they are both ex-Churchill Brothers players.
Both of them, they played for your women's team.
Yes, women's team for the under 15.
Under 15, for Churchill Brothers. And did you spot them?
Yes, obviously I spotted them through the coaches, and they were brilliant back then, and it's a matter of pride to see them,
And they
qualify.
say that Pearl Fernandez has been an outstanding player.
Yeah, all of them, I must say, and it's a great honor for Goa as well.
Yes, and they beat Uzbekistan 2-1 to ultimately qualify.
Yes.
And it was long camps, young blood, and there was tactical clarity because of the Swedish coach that you have got from Sweden.
Yes.
I think he has played a very crucial role in shaping up both the teams, under 17 as well as under 20.
Very much. And he's working in collaboration with the Indian coaches as well. Like for the under 17, we have the assistant coach Nivedita, who's also very good.
Yes.
And we have the goalkeeper coach, who's Mr. Dipankar Ghosh, who's also very good. So it's a proper mix of India and, Sweden. And what we wanted to basically have is the style of football, the play of football, because, Sweden is like one of the topmost country in women's football.
Yes.
And I think we have kind of managed to get that kind of football in India.
Yes.
And by God's grace, fingers crossed, it's working.
And India women under 20 also, they trained for nearly 135 days since December 24. Pretty long period. And they qualified topping the Group D, unbeaten.
Yes.
For the first time since 2006. Also, they were rewarded with $25,000 US.
Yes.
They beat Myanmar 1-0, drew with Indonesia 0-0, beat Turkmenistan 7-0, remained unbeaten, did not concede a single goal in qualification, and AFC Women's now 2026 in Thailand in April 2026.
Yes.
So next year is going to be a very
tough,
tough,
interesting. I mean, not just tough. See,
Okay.
every match is tough, Jovito. None of the matches are easy. When you go there on the pitch, you have to give your 100%.
Yes.
There's no way you can give your 50% and say this team is going to be easy.
Yeah.
And I must say that these girls are extremely hardworking and they know what is their goal. Their goal is to qualify for the FIFA World Cup.
Yes. And are you happy with the head coach Joachim Alexanderson?
Yes, very much. Very much.
And how does he cope with both the teams? There are two
So
teams that...
the structurizing, and when we got the coach itself, we had told him that you're going to be in charge of the youth teams.
Okay.
And basically the under 20 and the under 17. And then there'll be another coach for the senior team.
Yeah, Chetri is the coach for the...
Crispin
Chetri.
Yeah, who was the head coach for Orissa
Okay,
FC. And
okay.
he's also one for the Orissa FC and all. And having said that, I think Joachim, also the head coach, has got now a good, what I would say, understanding of Indian football with the Indian coaches also, who have been working with him for quite some time and, understanding. He's been there for more than a year now. So it takes time, it doesn't happen instantly.
But this has happened in pretty short time.
Yeah, but you know what? I must say, and thanks to you and the media who helps, because not many people in India know how hard these girls are working, and that these girls and the women's team have qualified for the Asian Cup. And I'm not against the men's. I mean, let me put it again. But the other day we had a match with Singapore, and we were struggling to qualify,
Yes.
and everybody was so sad. And obviously, even I was heartbroken that we lost to Singapore. But the kind of publicity the men's football gets, I think it's high time the women's football also gets, because these girls also require that same kind of promotion. Everybody needs to talk about them. It's a feel-good factor, when they say you can do it, then you really know you can do it. So you require that, and media plays a very important
Yeah, but I think they are showing their mettle now.
They are showing their mettle, and then but for the men it works the other way,
Yeah. Okay. But in any case,
no, I'm glad that y'all are doing this, and many others also. But I think more and more media, channels and
as you have rightly said, all this has happened because you have changed the way that the grassroots now are taking place.
Yes.
Earlier it was not
no
so
grassroots.
much broad-based. No. They say that now there is an increase in 232% in the registration of women footballers. How could this take place?
As I told you, that the Under-17 Women's World Cup has been like a catalyst, and every school, like even you can go and ask what the girls want to play.
Yeah, but then earlier in Goa, we also had youth for men, for the boys.
No, but
this development has not been seen in men.
So probably you could say that, as I have told you earlier also, that the girl child has more hunger to prove herself, because I said it's a men-dominated world, and football especially is. But if you look at the last World Cup which happened in Australia, where Spain won, and I was there and privileged to witness that match, and the kind of revenue they generated is unbelievable. I have some friends in Australia, and I was visiting them. From their sons to everybody is watching each and every player. I mean, that doesn't happen normally. And they were gunning for their teams. They knew each and every women's player. I mean, that is what we need. It is a dream come true. Okay, these girls have qualified, but then our nation needs to know who all these girls are and how much they can achieve, because moral boost and, like even whatever bonuses they get, and that kind of, giving them, oh, wow, you've achieved this, and making that known to a lot of people makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, but then it's your grassroots and you are under 13. And what is this Asmita women's football leagues that you have introduced? Earlier they were not there.
No, so it is also a part of the government, who's funding.
So you have a strong...
Like how you have the Khelo India.
Okay, so you have a strong collaboration with the government.
Yes.
And could you explain to us more or less what it is?
See, it all started with the Under-17 again. First it was the Under-17 which was introduced in all states. And then it became obviously the Khelo India Under-13, 15, and now it's the Asmita League.
Yeah.
And that itself is, promoting and emphasizing on the girl child and what the girl child can give and how the girl child can perform.
So you have Under-13, you have got Under-15, Under-17, and from 6,305 junior players to 8,658 in 2024-25. Is this also because of the Khelo India scheme?
Yes, very much.
Yeah. And you will continue this throughout?
Obviously, you have to. And also, the FIFA looks into all of this, the participation and all, and very, very important. And if you see, like we have already started the FIFA Academy in Hyderabad for women, since it's one of the
exclusively
first one.
for
women. You have one for men and women.
Okay.
Initially, we had only the men's one in
But
Orissa.
for women, there was no.
And I've always wanted to have one in Goa.
You said?
And in fact, I had written earlier also to the Honorable Chief Minister that with GFDC, what you have, we should emphasize more on the women's, football and women's development.
Okay.
And it is God's plan that now I am a part of the women's development committee in FIFA, and I will make sure that we have a lot of FIFA women's, I would say academies put across in India.
Yeah, because you propose to have 50 tournaments with 8,000 players from about 400 teams across 26 states.
I agree, but these numbers could even get bigger.
Yeah,
Because the interest is even more.
Well, if they come out winners in Asia Cup and qualify for 2027 World Cup, it will be something wonderful.
It will. And as I say that Rome wasn't built in a day. It's a process. You got to believe in yourself and you've got to just work at it.
Yeah, but then you have seen this growth is happening only now maybe 5 years
Yes.
and not before that.
But I would also say that it's just not happened now and not that people have not worked before. I think it's a process and structurizing is the most important part. Like earlier, we did not structurize the leagues that well. Like the under 13, under 15 women's were not there, but now it is there. So that gives them more, like if you see, we have very promising under 20 and under 17. At the same time, I'm not saying we don't have a promising senior team, but what I'm trying to say is that when you keep these younger girls or the team together, then it makes a lot of
But there's a supply, no, from down up. And that's
So it's
very
a pyramid.
important.
So
it's
we got to
pyramid.
build.
It is.
Yeah.
And it's not only football that you have seen. You have committed women to be empowered in all aspects of football, from players to coaches to administration. But focus is on grassroots development and also elite player structures through projects like Project Diamond. You have a beautiful project also with you, but basically you are looking also for elite players to grow up.
Yeah, and I think a lot of players have gone and played internationally as well for the women's team. See, I wouldn't see theory is everything, but experience is a lot.
Yes.
And practically being there, playing there makes a lot of sense. So you have the senior team also, which inspires these younger women a lot.
But basically, I think the restructuring of Indian Women's League, because earlier it was a few months and a few
Absolutely,
players,
absolutely.
and now
It
you
was
have
more like a tournament.
Yeah, but and they play for a longer time, and you have some of the best talent coming also from overseas, which was not happening earlier much.
As in?
Because you have players from all over the world, almost Sweden and the other countries also playing for.
Okay, in the IWL.
In IWL 1.
Yeah.
Better quality players, which was not there.
Not there.
And it's a longer period that they play now.
Yeah, and they have proper contracts.
Yes.
So it's more structurized. You know, earlier it used to be just 1.5 months. Now they have like proper 6 months, 8 months, 10 months contracts. So that also gives a stability financially to the player. You know, this financial independence also says a lot.
And you have introduced IWL 2 also for girls.
Yes.
So there is a supply line.
Yeah, and also like when you get demoted, then you have a scope of getting promoted as well.
Okay.
So initially there was no relegation. So relegation also started just about a year back.
Okay.
Year to 2 years. So that's how two teams go and, you know.
So that keeps up the tempo, the spirit, and also gives the girls
like this season we had Garhwal FC
yes
from Delhi, and we had the under 17 women's team which qualified for the IWL.
And what we have seen is that girls and women from the northeastern states, they seem to have lot of prominence.
They have a lot of prominence and they are extremely hardworking, and the zeal and the willpower is superb. At the same time, I must say that the girls from Orissa, Jharkhand, Haryana, I mean, I can't name all the states, but it's a pan-India.
It is
model.
But
and it's, I mean, northeastern states we have seen for men and women.
Yeah, stamina plays an important.
Yeah, but if you see even girls from Haryana and Orissa and Jharkhand and other states, Maharashtra. See, everybody has that,
Yes.
and what is the beauty about these girls is also that they don't have that much of access to the outside social media world. They are truly dedicated to football, and that is also very important.
But amongst all these states, which one you think is
I don't
progressing?
want to say. I would say all are progressing
Okay.
very well. But
Yeah.
yeah, Northeast is something that we have seen over the last few decades. I mean, even if you see the Indian men's team, you know how many of
Yeah,
them
yeah,
are
yeah, yeah.
there.
That is what is happening, and but you have restructured the entire process at the IWL. What made you to think of the restructuring?
It was very important because a tournament can't be a league. And especially for a girl child, there are a lot of phases for the girl, and you need to understand that physiologically, you can't cut, copy, paste men's football to women's football. Men are physiologically very stronger, but women are different, and with the perception or the understanding that women are different, you have to work towards their power, their skill, and you just can't cut, copy, paste men's to
Men's.
women's. And that, I think, being a woman, I could make a relate
Yeah, and
and understand.
thinking about the grassroots, are the youngsters eager to come and play?
Oh my God, they are very, very eager, and I always tell them, because it's a pan India, language shouldn't be a barrier. It's not like only if you speak English, you are a great player, and if you speak Hindi, you are not, or if you speak some other language. It is your talent and your skill. So people shouldn't think that, we have a coach who only speaks in English, so what can I say? And that is the most important part. It is not about what you speak, it's about how you play.
And are you happy that there are enough coaches to take special care of these girls?
Yes, and I have made sure that there should be an assistant female coach compulsory. There should be the manager who has to be the female. So there is a lot of care also, around, because we need to make sure that there is a safe path for this girl child to come and play, and where the parents are, they can relax, and they can be sure about the safety of the child,
Yeah,
which is very, very
and
important.
you have enough number of girls opting for coaching.
Yes, many, many. See,
Okay.
now with the IWL and the restructurizing, and I said the contracts and all, now the interest has really grown, and now with all the 3 teams qualifying, there'll be even more.
Yeah. So, what is your future plan for football development, especially for girls and women?
I think one step at a time. Let's qualify for the FIFA World Cup first.
So now the focus is on Asia.
The qualifier.
Asia, and you go there, and but now also there is one friendly tournament that is on.
On.
Yeah. So you also plan
just
to have
have one.
exhibition matches. How is that all possible? Because that involves a lot of money.
Yeah, but then who says that money should be spent only for men's and not for women's?
Okay.
So, we never count and analyze how much money we spend on men's football. It's high time now we spend on
Because you
women's
have a
football.
lot of competitions now,
Yeah,
friendlies
so
and
more,
exhibition matches.
see, it's like this. More participation, more match time, more experience, and that experience only is going to give that player the quality. It's not about like you can't bring just Cristiano Ronaldo and make him play with the team today without practicing. You understand
Yes,
what I mean?
yes.
So it has to be teamwork.
Yes.
And for this teamwork to happen, it's the duty of the federation to give them more and more matches. So I think it is absolute justice to spend that kind of money on this women's team, because why we talk about par equity and all of that, and I think it's high time now these girls have delivered, so you might as well.
So, in terms of finances, do you, as a chairperson of the women's football, do you have sufficient economic force to sustain all this?
100%. Even the government is supporting. There are a lot of, I would say, companies which have their CSR funds also, and they always want to support the women football or women's development or the girl child. And like, the saying goes, Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao, Beti Badhao. So it's high time that the Beti needs all the respect, not just in sports, but everywhere.
So how happy are you with the success that you have achieved during your period?
I don't think I've achieved. It's the team which has achieved. I'm humbled that you are saying that. It's because I alone couldn't do it, but I have been a very vociferous person in the executive committee and elsewhere, and I'm glad that the committee have listened, understood. There's
Because
been a lot of
you are
brainstorming.
the only lady, and the
Yeah,
others-
not just because I'm the only lady.
Okay.
I'm sorry about that,
Yeah.
but I am also the person who tells them something which I think makes some sense.
yeah, it's football in
Total.
whole.
So that whether it's one person, two people, or three people, but at least somebody has to tell them what the harsh reality of life is.
Yes.
And I'm glad that they listen, and they understand what is required. And it has been great to do this structurizing and to see this kind of, what I would say, scale of improvement in football. And it's a dream come true to see the senior team and the under 20 and the under 17, all three qualifying in the same year.
It
the
is, it
Asian
is, it is.
qualifier.
It's a sort of a miracle, and coming after 20 plus years, that means we have been sleeping giants all this.
Waking up right
and,
now.
maybe you have been, to a large extent, instrumental in giving this much
Yeah,
needed
even my
push.
women's committee for that matter, we have a lot of people, who have been coaches in the past and who've been worked with different associations and come together. And it's, I would say it is also teamwork.
Yes. And how do you think that the schools football for girls is proceeding overall?
Very well. And as I told you, that they want to play football more than any other sport. And I must say hats off to the parents who are supporting their daughters to be footballers.
Yes.
Because it takes a lot for a parent to make the child a footballer, Without their support, you really can't achieve much.
Yeah. And what about the infrastructure that we have for you, for women's football? Are you happy? Of course, you are using the same for men.
I think what is there for men's, we are making the best for women's.
Yeah.
See, the infrastructure has been the same, but the kind of camps we are giving them, the kind of more support, to have longer camps and keeping the team together is more sense, and spending that money on these camps and giving the girls what they require and the coaches, and I think that's more important. It should be, the focus should be on longer camps and more match time and being together and playing, because that is what can give you results.
Yeah, because all these camps, 153 days, 53
Because
days.
if you see for the men's team, they are always fighting for longer
Yeah,
camps.
and they're not releasing their players if they are in ISL and the other teams. And
So that's what I said. The women's football has just started shaping up.
Yes.
They still have that hunger, that rawness is there, to prove themselves. And I think in a way it's a blessing. It's a phase where everybody will understand that how good and how promising talent we have in these women players.
Yeah. And do you have sufficient number of girls coming up and say that we want to
Oh
be...
my God. Too many.
The competition is quite tough.
Many.
It's quite
Too
tough.
many, quite.
And if you qualify for the World Cup 2027, what do you think will happen?
I just want to say sky's the limit. Dream big. Try to, you aim for the sky, you'll at least reach the stars, like that's how it says. But at the same time, you have to work equally hard. You have to keep your calmness. You don't have to be overconfident. You have to count every step from today. You have to count the days. You have to count how much training you have to do. And it is kind of a math which has to be totally, the coach will understand, and the entire team which is working on it. And, it is very important. Like it is not just about going there. It's about the journey taking you there, which is more
But
important.
ultimately, you depend on quality.
100%. And quality will only happen once you put them together and you play them.
Yeah. And fortunately, the girls have never been complaining of any problems.
That's what I'm trying to tell you, that the men's football and the women's football are two different things. And the women have more hunger and the thing about them to prove themselves, not just prove themselves to their parents, to the society, they prove themselves to themselves. That belief that, oh, I can also be this big, I can also achieve this.
You also believe in the same.
Oh my God, touch wood. I do that, and that's why I say your mind is your biggest competitor, and it's only your mindset which can limit you.
And
What do you think you become?
okay. And do you know when the first meeting of your FIFA committee will be held?
I don't know, maybe very soon, sometime
Okay.
very soon.
And you have any specific proposals till then?
Oh, there are so many proposals, and I think that if I like how I have been a catalyst in structurizing, the Indian football, women's football, and not that I have not helped in structurizing the men's football, but it will be great because there are a lot of great minds who are going to be sitting there and learning from them as well, and understanding what it is, because FIFA is the ultimate goal, and to work in such kind of committee is going to be just great.
Yeah, you are the one and only, the first woman. How do
Yeah.
you feel about it?
As I said, I don't want to be the first and last, but maybe for a reason I'm the first. And like they say, it is keep working. Your hard work pays off. And what my father always taught me, and hats off to him, he's taught me this one thing in life: never ever give up. No matter how tough life is, but every day you have to get up and show up and work towards your goal.
And you have
See, it is like when the going gets tough,
yes,
the tough gets going.
And you have 25 to 29. There's
Yeah.
lots that you can do and achieve.
Yes, and as I'm saying, when I sit with them and see, right now I've been only working with more of the Indian, but you imagine you have the world class people sitting together, and it's a lot of learning, a lot of understanding. And I have been for a seminar for the FIFA World Cup, the last World Cup, which happened in Australia. And when I saw people from all of over the country, and the kind of difficulties the women footballers face and how they have come up, like even you had the general secretary from Saudi, then you had somebody from Somalia, then you had somebody from Africa, and listening to their stories, sometimes it really shows you that, sometimes you say, my God, I'm complaining so much. Your complaints are nothing when you hear theirs. And that is what the world is all about. And that's what FIFA is all about.
It's all a learning experience for all of us.
Beautiful learning experience.
So we look forward for your active participation.
Thank you.
And once you go there, give us the feedback, and
of course I
we
will.
need to know what is happening.
Of course.
Thank you very much for
Thank
being
you
with
so much,
CCR TV.
Jovito.
We wish
Thank
you all the
to
best,
CCR
Valanka.
TV. And we look forward for a great year for Indian women's football.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. God bless you.